Welcome to Bridgeport Stadium in Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to the James Madison Dukes. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Arkansas State Red Wolves, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the James Madison Dukes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Dukes will kick it away to start. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Arkansas State Red Wolves offense will go to work first. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistent.
There he goes. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
They'll ride the hot hand. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. And the Red Wolves want to crank the tempo.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Flowers. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. The Red Wolves are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. With the catch, it's Kane. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Red Wolves send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So James Madison's offense will go to work for the first time. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the 2nd level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player. And you know, I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the 2nd level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the 2nd level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
He's going to take off. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
All right, guys, let's look big picture at James Madison. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch?
Oh, out of space. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Dukes with the 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Brock. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
The option look. The ball's free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Power football with the run. He's going for the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down. And the Dukes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Power ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
The Red Wolves moving quickly to the line.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank.
Turning on the Jets. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Red Wolves are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
The play action fake. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Leaves it with the running back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Oops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The RPO fire complete to the left. And they'll knock him down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Dukes need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The punt team makes its way onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. On the ground, it's Jackson. Oh, he's got some space. Big play in the running game, and they get him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. The Red Wolves want to pick up the tempo.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for a man, it's Flowers. Bears the pressure. That's reeled in, it's Stevens. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. And the Red Wolves line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Punch it out of the air. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. And the Dukes will snap it on 1st and 10. Takes the easy completion. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Offense gets set for second down. Goes to the option. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Dukes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got him still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He'll try to do it himself. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Red Wolves headed quickly to the line. And some room to work. And the ball squirted out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And he made the read off the RPO, and he decided to take off, run the football. But, man, you got to take care of that thing. Fumbles the football, the defense gets the ball back.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think...
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Dukes will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Red Wolves come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys, to use their speed against them.
Here's the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Red Wolves will bring the punt team onto the field. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Quick release by the QB. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Gonna run it. It's Brock. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Muscling ahead on third and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Looking to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. They'll send the back in motion. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. The Dukes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The give to the right. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Dukes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Strong, firm tackle.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Dukes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Motion from the wideout. They've been running it, but now the pass. Zings it complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the fourth quarter.
Takes the easy one to the back. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Got his man on the right. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
All right, defense, it ain't working. Right? We're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Calls his own number. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, James Madison.
tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you've had yourselves a great broadcast so far today in Harrisonburg.
And the Red Wolves will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. So now it's second and long. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
He's got it on the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball.
Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum, get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Reads it, fires complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be 3rd and long. A strike downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Dukes pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes!
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. To the air, it's Flowers. Under fire. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. The Red Wolves will line up to punt it away. He takes it at the 45. And the returner will be dragged down. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
The Dukes get the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Complete to start this drive.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Leaves it with the back. There he goes. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Holds and fires complete to the right. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game, and nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll move the tight end. The give to the back. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
They'll try to power their way ahead. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. christen this fourth quarter, they'll try to hang a three on the board. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Splits the uprights right down the middle. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner will be knocked down. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Dukes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. He'll set up to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Kyle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was looking for some running room, but not... The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. You run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. The Dukes have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to the well. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. This is hardly a surprise. After converting their first 2 4th-down attempts, they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down, using the quick game. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Dukes are moving quickly down the field. Working that left side now. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
this is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Quickly to the tight end. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Unloads quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. The Dukes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already four-down territory? Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built a lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The run from the shotgun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He makes a grab. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. And the Dukes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll try to get it in with the run. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great...
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very important.
After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.